Call the regular city council meeting of Monday, May 22nd, 2023 to order. Roll call, please.
Scott, Beauregard,
Here.
Grams, here, Kramer, here, Zins,
Here. Please stand for pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice. Okay, we have the consent agenda. There's several items. Everybody get a chance to take a look at them. Anybody have any issues with anything? If not, is there a motion to approve?
I'll make that motion.
Motion made by Councilor Kramer. Is there support? I'll support. Support by Councilor Beauregard. Is there any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Yes, we're gonna wait for you for further on the agenda.
That's fine.
Reports from staff, city administrator only.
I just wanted to give everyone an update. So January 1st, we switched to a new ambulance billing company, Transmedic. Since that time, we've been having pretty significant issues with them. I have yet to receive a balanced report from their accounting department, meaning that every report I receive is not balanced to what we actually receive in funds. The most significant one to date is $23,000 in the month of March. They reported that we received and we did not actually receive. I had a meeting with one of their vice presidents on the 9th of May, in which we were told they were going to do a complete audit of our account and get everything straightened out. I have yet to hear back from that meeting. We've been receiving credit card transactions and checks forwarded here to City Hall instead of Transmedic, which puts a pretty big burden on city staff, as you can imagine, when we receive between $60,000 and $80,000 of revenue every month. That's a lot of money coming through City Hall. We've also received a customer complaint regarding the phone service from Transmedic, and we've seen an increase in workload in City Hall staff. And so previous with Fairview, we would receive one large deposit from Fairview along with a couple smaller like Medicare and Medicaid deposits. However, now every single bill, like insurance companies, so Blue Cross Blue Shield, Medica, Health Partners, all of the different insurance companies are depositing into our bank. And so right now it's just Blue Cross Blue Shield, the last one we balanced, but all of them will start. And so we're looking at over 90 additional transactions per month, which not only are those all transactions Betsy just has to review and enter into the system, but they're all transactions that I have to then clear. So staff are touching those multiple times, and it's a pretty significant increase to our workload. At this time, I don't have any ideas, resolutions for you. I'm gonna continue to try to work with Transmedic, but I just wanted to make you aware that things are not going up right now. And we are almost halfway through the month and we have not yet balanced.
Are we locked into a year contract? I mean, I know it's not just easy to switch, but are we locked in for a year?
I believe it's a month, but you probably want to stay with the company for a year, so then you close out your financials.
Are we seeing an increased percentage of payment?
No,
Is that just because the money in balances, or is it still less than what if they paid it up?
if they were to pay every, if we were to receive all the money that they're saying they received, we would see an increase in per call revenue, but we do not receive it. So, their report said we were supposed to receive $89,000, but our bank account shows we only received 66. And so where is that extra 23,000? That's the kind of thing we're seeing. So if we were to see that, it would also, we have more calls this year. So if both revenue and calls went up, remember you also raised rates 6%. So you're not actually seeing an increase in
And that was a selling point.
Yeah, that they take care of a lot of stuff, and we would see the increased revenue more
Right.
speedily and.
We were also told they were gonna take over all of Fairview's accounts and they've not done that.
Does the new financial software help at all alleviate some of the problems with our city staff?
I think we'll be able to put, upload Excels, you know, any like Excel transactions in, which will be very helpful. We won't know that for sure until we're in the computers.
You think another phone call to the president or vice president that you spoke to would help, or?
I'll definitely continue to reach out and try to do this, but. You know, a lot of times when you are having issues, you know, especially my supervisors are having issues with something, all it takes is a phone call from the city administrator to get things straightened out, because they're usually the chief executive officer. That's not the case in this. We've been trying to communicate with them since January about these things, and it is not getting straightened out at this time.
Anything else, Becky?
That should be it.
All right, public works director, Spencer, again?
Yeah, I'm sure you guys have noticed the tree clearing down by the beach is taking place. The contractor that did it is all wrapped up on his portion of the project. We're going to go ahead and pull some rocks out of the area. Of course, the area is full of rocks as well, so we're going to try and pluck some of those out and then backfill the area with dirt, get it leveled off, so in the future it'll be more a mobile surface. So we're working on that. Street sweeping, we're all done with that. The sweeper is back over in Aurora now. Campground is up and running as far as the public works end of things. We graded all the roads down there today, docks are in. All the water systems are turned on, etc. So everything of ours is done down there. Same thing with golf course. Other than that, we're just waiting for our summer staff to start. I did have a couple of kids who were PSEO, so they weren't on a normal school schedule. So one of them started today, one will start next Monday, so you'll see mowers out running, doing that. As soon as they all start on Monday, June 5th, we'll have safety training and go right into curb cleanup the following Monday.
Thanks, man. Reports from elected officials, Councilor Kramer.
I attended the garden club meeting and they have all of their stations assigned to people, so over the next couple of weeks, you'll see people out and about planting and beautifying the city. That's it.
Thank you. Councilor Grant,
Nothing to report today.
Councilor Bordeaux,
Nothing kind of there.
and I don't have anything. Okay, old business, the Saudi Youth Hockey Association, the request for early ice.
Yeah, so we'd like to put the ice on 5 weeks early, like we have in the past few years. We understand that there is an increase, you know, Becky, when she emailed us, told us that there was an increase in electrical costs. So we'd be okay. I mean, we'd like to propose like 12,500 for the early ice. And then, which would be an increase of $250 a week, which for us would be much more manageable than a larger increase, because we balance out with that at about 10,000 from what we bring in for the early, or for the 4-on-4 that we do. So it would put a bigger strain on us to do anything more than that. And then the reason I wanted to bring the hockey head up too is you guys kind of held us at 70-30 last year. And we'd be okay moving that to 60-40 if we could keep the 12,500 and kind of help offset some of the costs that you guys have, but also keep things reasonable for us.
Okay, the information we have in front of us is that it would be no less than 16,000 to put on their bids. So that'd be a $4,000 bid to the city, providing nothing goes wrong.
What was the revenue taken in at the 70-30 split last year?
It's so hard.
Yeah, they're kind of two separate things, but I just thought if we could up that one as well, that would help.
Or would you change it to the?
So you guys had proposed 60-40 last year, we asked for not knowing since we lost the PB Phantoms this year. And some of them, we did have a few games over here, and we had the junior gold, which helped as well. And it was better than we anticipated.
So it'd be an increase of about 1,000.
Yeah, yeah.
So that would cover
Almost 4,000, if it was the same as that.
Yes, yeah.
When we had early ice, we had open skate earlier, so.
I believe so.
Yeah, and we did learn to skate, and we did a few other things that brought in a little bit of extra revenue than we had in the past as well. Because I think we had 12 additional skaters, which helped offset some of the loss with Union Phantoms. So we're gonna do some of that at the beginning as well, so hopefully we'll get the kids out there. And we'll also try to work with some of the local businesses to have, you know, some specials on Sunday so that all those families that are hanging out here all day, you know, have places to go.
All right, how does the council feel about this?
I would support the 12-5 for early ice. I'd like to see the arena get used. I know we did have ice on for a while last year and support for the community.
I'm in agreement with you, Stuart, that we need to utilize our building, we don't. It just doesn't make sense, and, you know. The more it gets used, hopefully the more kids will enjoy and join up, and the numbers will increase. And the use will increase.
Yeah.
Anybody else?
Just also think by if we do go to the 60-40 split and we open at the normal time this year, I think that'll reflect the, you know, increase in that, so it'll offset that cost somewhat, and it is important to keep the ice going and kids on it, so I would support the 12-5 as well.
All right, is there a motion to approve that 12-5?
I'll make that motion.
Motion made by Stuart Werner, 12-5, is there support?
I'll support.
Supported by Counselor Grant. Is there any further discussion? All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. And now we go on to the 60-40 split.
Yep, and then with that, we'll have it open, obviously, a month or two earlier, which will help as well. And we did, in March, implement we got a square so we can take credit card payments, which I think will also help increase hopefully some revenue from that, so.
Okay, is there a motion to approve the 60-40 split? Inside Hockey Association or on the concession?
I'll make that motion.
Motion made by Counselor Kramer, is there support? I'll support that. Any further discussion? All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carried.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, 11-2. Becky, you want to explain this one?
Of course, it's a resolution for donation of Fisherman Point Campground. So our manager, Jen Hall, is doing essentially like movie in the park type situation. However, to show movies to the public, you need a special license for that. And so I told her that wasn't typically something the city pays for, but if she wanted to pay for it privately and have it be her own event, not hosted by the Fisherman's Point, she could. She did find a local business to donate those funds. I should say it's minus $5, and I said the city can probably cover that $5. I'm not gonna go back and ask for a $5 check from him, so. this is essentially just a donation to cover that license for the movie for showing it, which is required.
Okay, so is there a motion to approve resolution 2023-014? Motion made by Counselor Porter, is there support?
I'll support.
Supported by Counselor Graham, is there any further discussion? All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. And 11.3 is, request for installment payments on the electric utility fees. And there is a schedule of payments through the end of the year.
I'll make a motion to approve the installment plan.
Motion made by Counselor Kramer, is there support?
I'll support.
Support by Counselor Porter. Any further discussion? All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. Is there a motion to adjourn?
I'll make that motion.
Motion made by Counselor Kramer, is there support?
I'll support.
Support by Counselor Graham. All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carried.